Good evening, YouTube. What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back. Work has still been crazy, but I had enough time to record tonight. Sorry I haven't been streaming. Obviously, I'm going to actually not have to be working insane hours in order to stream. So when I do get back to normal, we'll pick up the streams because I was really enjoying it and am pretty frustrated that I don't have time to do it right now. But it is what it is. So decided to play as Tomb Kings. It's been a while. I brought a Khalida skirmish focus build here because of her ability to buff the reload and missile damage. Playing up against Greenskins. My front line is just skeletons, but there is a Tomb Guard on either flank. And my opponent has some mangy marauders, some goblin wolf riders. Then over here he's got some spider rider archers and then some nasty skulkers. His main line is a mix of goblins. He's got some boys and some black orcs as well. And then he's got 3 goblin archers, one of which is the Rusty Heirs. His boss is actually Wurzag, which once again almost has to endure a sin for not making him on the ground where he can dance properly. He's kind of teasing away his skirmishers here with my carrion. I could give chase to them, but I don't think I would win if I caught them. And just not quite time for me to do that. Right now I'm kind of jockeying for position. I see him starting to outflank me over here. So I have to fall back with my line and try and reform this way. That'll slow down his flank maneuver from here, and it'll pinch him and keep him from being able to come around this flank. So I'm going to play this water to my advantage here and then just kind of get my army repositioned. When I'm looking at his forces, I was trying to do a little scouting during this time. I realized that we should be able to use my archers to good effect to damage. He's got one really strong infantry that's a problem. He has others that are definitely a threat to us, but they're not as much of a threat because it will take them longer to do the damage. These 2 big uns can definitely do a lot of damage versus Tomb Kings, whether it's infantry or large units. He's going to go for my Tomb Guard with the Squig Herd. It's actually a decent call. Tomb Guard have a little bit of armor. These Squig Herds will do very nice in the charge. You can see that the Squig Herd kills almost half my unit. I'm going to get some spearmen in here, though, and he doesn't remove the Squig Herd. He's going to use his Foot of Gork very early, and it does do a lot of damage on my archers. I saw it coming and tried to move, but my skeletons didn't get out of the way fast enough. But he comes forward. My target should have been the Black Orcs, but I got his big uns pretty badly here, and I used a special ability here, too. So you can see it's given one of my units huge missile damage for the time being, and so you can see we basically killed a unit of big uns right off the bat. I'm going to countercharge him at the last second, and then I hit him with this desiccation, which is going to take his melee attack way down and really reduce the charge of these black orcs so that they can't break through. You can see that we immediately destroyed the big gun unit, so that one's going to work out for me. But now he's got a flank coming in on me with these goblins. These ones get caught by my Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard will do pretty darn well out there. My main blob has his line. He's going to use Fist of Gork, which will help him overcome the desiccation, but it's still going to keep him from being as effective maybe as he would have been. Look at that, though. He used Here We Go. So gave him some huge attack there, despite the desiccation. Yeah, he used Here We Go and Fist of Gork, but the desiccation helped counteract that. Right now I'm wrecking his archers, so his goblin archers are really outnumbered here, and then I used, just for the time being, I needed to get his missile cavalry off me, and then out here Khalida is helping get rid of one of his big boss units. She should be able to easily best a big boss, and then my Tomb Guard has the other one caught, and there's nothing else to threaten me on this flank. But over here again, it's a tough battle for my Tomb Guard, but they're doing okay for the time being. His archers have been mostly dealt with. One of his skulkers kind of got through, kind of tried to just go past my men and get in with my archers, and then he's brought his missile cavalry back to start shooting my archers. I really need to get rid of his Rusty Heirs because they are a huge threat to me, and they need to go. They're targeting my Scorpion right now, and they'll be doing some decent damage. I did target his Black Orcs for a second because I saw that my line was kind of fading, and I needed to be able to hold the line together or else my archers will get overrun. So a little bit of a desperate fight at the moment, and then Khalida beats the big boss, but I've kind of forgotten her just temporarily here. He's going to use his magic here again. I used the desiccation to help kind of slow him down again, so should help me out quite a bit. Black Orcs with magic attacks. Fist of Gork, that's what it is. So yeah, anyway, I've got my archers now where they can turn around and face down his missile cavalry, and his missile cavalry can't really just, I mean, he could charge in right here. That might be one of his better options. I realized Khalida wasn't in action, so I get her back. My scorpions are definitely keeping his black works busy. And then I got my summoned Ushabti all over the top of his regrouped archers, so now they're not going to be very effective either. Wurzag's just kind of staying back from the fight, trying to keep himself alive, which is kind of what Wurzag has to do. Khalida got that Gabo big boss, and now she's helping to get rid of these forest spider rider archers. Other big boss is gone. So his attempts to run down my archers aren't going to work very well. And it's because my archers can't route. So he can charge them, he can do damage, but since they don't route, I don't think his light cavalry is going to end up being real effective here. Wurzag kind of gets forced into a fight, and this Scorpion, though, is going to be causing some decent damage. It's mostly an anti-infantry unit, but it'll do okay. I forget Wurzag has armor piercing up here on his mount, though. So he'll be a decent unit there. Yeah, my Lich Priest, Lore of Nehekara, has been pretty helpful here. The two uses of the Uskep's incantation of Desiccation really slows down sometimes the attack of the Greenskins, which can be pretty brutal. And then he also buffed up the missile units right there at the beginning of the fight, which helped me take out one of his infantry units instantly. The Greenskins chain route, but they have this unbreakable Knight Gabo here, which is going to be broken by my Scorpion. And Khalida. So they're 11 life right now. I'll just let you enjoy these guys getting bushwhacked here. It was a fun game. It was actually fairly close in some ways. I think if my opponent would have pressured me a little more, like he did pretty good on one flank to put some pressure on me. His other one, his big boss, has just got tied up in combat. And since he had thrown his squigs in early, he didn't really have a whole lot left. But then again, I did put that flank up against the water to try and make that more difficult for him, so it ended up working out for me there. The Scorpion's doing like barrel rolls and stuff all over the place. Not gonna lie, the new Thrones of Britannia game is good, but it is really hard for me to get into it the same way that I would get into this game. Like, I have really taken to Warhammer Total War way more than I thought I would. It is really fun. It's just a couple of these goblins left. They're getting shot, attacked, by pretty much everybody on the block. So that's going to be that. Let's check out the aftermath. Now these Black Orcs got a ton of kills. It was pretty much all against skeletons, though. You can see they didn't even pick up a chevron. So in my opinion, that's a fair trade for me. His Skulkers look like they had a chevron on them to begin with, because I mean, maybe they got a chevron from the fighting. I guess it's possible, but I don't think so. Based on that, it is possible. He did get quite a few kills with these goblins too, but again, I had a lot of units that are meant to be killed. All these skeletons are meant to be killed. The Tomb Guard, not so much. This one died, but got 72 kills. This is the one that beat down one of the big bosses, and you see the Scorpions did quite well for themselves here. Two of them did pick up a chevron in the fighting. The Spearman actually picked up a chevron too. That may have been from killing a squig herd. I'm not exactly certain. But in any case, Khalida did a little bit of work on her own too. But the skeletons, you can see the skeletons racked up a fair number of kills. When you think about it, I mean, we basically took one of the Orc big uns mostly straight out of the fight. It came back, I think, and may have gotten a few kills for round 2. But we got it out of the fight very quickly, which left my front line a whole lot less pressured. So it's kind of fun using the Khalida skirmisher build. Do you all like using this? How do you do it? Do you have any differences to it that you like to run through? But hey, let's check out another replay here that was sent in by a viewer. This comes from Big Mike. It's going to be him taking on the vampires here. Boris versus Vladdy the Daddy von Karstein. See how this one works out. He's got so much anti-large. So he's got Tattersouls and Sigmar's Sons, but then it's all anti-large, mix of spears and halberds. Let's see how he's going to pull this off. Interesting formation here. Silver Bullets, Free Company militia right behind him. Another Free Company. Yeah, he's like staggered out all over the place. He's got a great cannon, which looks like the Hammer of Witches, but that was just the little purple thing here on the Tattersouls. Let's see what we got here. The Empire Knights are in the woods. Some Pistoliers in the center. Pistolier's not a bad choice against the vampires because they tend to have quite a few low armor units, so I could see that being potentially viable. These bats are going to get chased back by Boris, and Boris is on a Pegasus. which means he'll be significantly less tanky, but he will be very quick at 105 speed. You can see he's about 15 faster than these two Terrorgeist, which is a huge investment for the vampire. I see some Graveguard with great weapons on one flank. Yeah, there's one on both flanks. And then skeleton warriors mixed with some zombies in the center and some skeleton spears on the flank. And then Vlad kind of marching down through the center. So the bats now chasing Boris because they want to hold him still. The bats are just as fast as Boris for the most part. I think they would actually be faster if he wasn't debuffing them with one of his abilities. I'm pretty sure he's got a debuff ability that will slow down units nearby, if I remember right. Yep, right there, minus 6% speed. There's dire wolves out here too. Boris is really playing a dangerous game over here. A very dangerous game. Because if he gets held in place too long, these Terror guys are going to rip him a new Boris hole. He's trying to get away from the bats. Oh, this is bad. He almost has to hope the Terror guys... Yeah, the Terror guys kind of knocked him out of the bats. So, and then he's going to come immediately back over here and try and get coverage from the Silver Bullets and the Free Company Militia, which he needs badly. Boris is just going to have to run, because right now there's no unit for him to dive down on and try and get protection from units on the ground. Empire Knights are going to come out and slam into a zombie. Might as well, I guess. It's not a very high value target, but Silver Bullets are going to get distracted by the bats. You can see Boris just running for his dear life here. The Free Company Militia won't do much to the Terrorgeist because they have 80 armor. Vladdy Daddy's going to come into an unbreakable unit, which means it's going to take him a little while to get anything done there. Look at the formation here from the Empire. Really meant to keep their units a little ways away from potential summons, I think is what his aim is here. Now the Silver Bullets are free. Let's see if they start firing again. They certainly need to. The Hammer of Witches, I'm not really sure what target it's tracking. Look at these Empire Knights back here, just all tangled up with skeleton spears, skeleton warriors. They actually get completely surrounded. This is a weird spot to see the cavalry in since they have the mobility. They'll get a decent number of kills, but it won't be worth it because that's all just a ton of cheap infantry. But right now the hits that he's getting on these Terror guys who just refuse to stop chasing Boris is going to be painful. The Terrorgeist... Trying to think. I mean, if they dive bomb, I mean, they really do need to get rid of the cannon. But I mean, they're probably scared to dive bomb in the middle of all this infantry mess down here, and I can't say I blame them. I mean, I think it's definitely worthwhile for them to be trying to get rid of the Empire Knights. Here comes the summons to finally pressure the handguns. They're gonna get intercepted pretty quickly. And you can see over here, Free Company Militia. They hold their own decently, especially considering that was dire wolves, and they're usually not bad versus skirmishers. Another unit of bats comes after the pistoliers, but I don't think that's going to be enough. And then since the vampires mostly brought crap infantry, it's going to take them a while to even cut through the crap infantry of the Empire, except for like right here where you got the Sternsmen. I mean, that's obviously a unit that can get the job done. Empire Knights are going to rout. They probably got terrified momentarily by the Terrorgeist. But it looks like they might get away. Let's see what happens here. It's still going to be a tough fight for the Empire because of those Terrorgeist. Vlad doesn't go down easy. He's going to heal so stupid fast. So the summons, Skeleton Warriors did get through here, but Free Company Militia and Halberds would tear them down with ease. And here comes the Terrorgeist. They're trying to get Boris again, and Boris is just going to take off running once again. He wants to kite the Terrorgeist past his Silver Bullets. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking the Vampire player should do. It's a risk, but it's like, how can you not do it also? Boris doesn't even have armor-piercing damage, but man, he lands a heck of a charge there regardless. Free Company Militia is going to get hit by the other Terrorgeist. Here comes another Free Company Militia. The cannon is targeting up in here. Here's a summon from Vlad. Try and put some pressure in this vicinity, so that's a good summon. And now the Terrorgeist, not necessarily dying really fast, but Boris is at full health. Empire Knight's going to get a very nice rear charge here after they regrouped onto the Graveguard, and Vlad's just kind of getting bogged down in infantry, which are kind of eating away at all of his hit points, and it's a somewhat worthwhile exchange right now. The Pistoliers trying to work the Terrorgeist a little. And you can see that the silver bullets are trying to run around and use infantry to block. It's hard to do against such a big target, but it's still the best idea here. Don't make it easy for the Terror guys to accomplish what they're trying to. And he continually harasses with Boris here, which is a risk, but kind of necessary also. If you could get the Terror guys bogged down in a unit like Tattersouls, it's actually to your benefit. This Terrorgeist is now crumbling, so if he can keep the pressure on over here, it may go down. It's going to get healed by Vlad. Here comes the rest of that Vampire Infantry working its way back into the fight. Sternsman's still very much alive, 104 kills and climbing quickly. And then this Graveguard with great weapons still alive too, so this could be problematic for the Empire. And their cannon's kind of exposed here. So Boris is working down the Terrorgeist, but they just keep healing. You can see that the Empire Knights done a little bit of work, but they're struggling. Tattersouls now fighting the Skeleton Warriors. Let's see, did the Silver Bullets? Yeah, Silver Bullets survived, and they've still got a lot of ammo. This Terrorgeist just gets... Oh man, they took a savage volley there. Looks like Boris is trying to keep this Terrorgeist crumbling. It's a good call. If he can get rid of it here, that's one down. It's going to run from him now. It looks like Boris has got a Master of Beguilement on him. That sucks for Boris. Gonna make it hard, and he's gonna get beat up potentially here by these Terrorgeists. One of them though is dropping steadily. It's like some Skeleton Warriors breaking through, some more Vampire Infantry breaking through. The Sternsmen have cut their way through. So Empire's in a bit of a tough spot here. But these Pistoliers are still alive, and they're doing some critical damage right now on this Terrorgeist. It's gone. Boris may turn around and fight here and just hope for the support of the Pistoliers to help him through. It may be enough. It may be enough. Still a tough fight, though. Boris isn't going to be able to heal much more either. And those Pistoliers have got to stay in range if they want to be useful here. Got to stay in range. Tattersoul's still fighting back here. Free Company Militia trying to get away while the Empire Knights get one last gallant charge there. And the Silver Bullets are still alive. The cannon has regrouped. But you can see that the Vampire Infantry is chasing the Empire all over the battlefield. I'm trying to think what the Empire's options are here. Should be able to bring down the Terrorgeist. It's gonna be a tough fight. If he could get a hold of Vlad with those Silver Bullets, that would be insane. But he's gonna have to run from these Skeleton Warriors. Fortunately, they'll crumble over time, and these Tattersouls, just 178 kills, still going. It's the benefit of having that unbreakable unit. The second Terrorgeist went down, so no more Terrorgeist, which means that Boris is free to do some work here. And if he could stall these Skeleton Warriors, get the Silver Bullets an angle on Vlad, then the Vampire Army might have some problems. We'll see, though. It's infantry regrouping for the Empire. This is very good for them, very bad for the Vampires. Sternsmen, man, they got so many kills. Almost 200 on the Tattersouls, though. So quite the impressive performance. Skeleton Warriors will get destroyed by Boris. And that means that the Silver Bullets live to fight another day, and that's a very, very critical unit at this point. And then the Pistoliers have done a good job at getting these units, one of them at least, crumbling. Skeleton Warrior. Assuming it wouldn't take much probably to get this zombie crumbling. Get it headed out the door. The Silver Bullets are just making their way back in the battlefield. And we got a Free Company Militia running away from these skeletons. It's a smart move because the skeletons are degrading. Yeah, the Vampires have numbers here, but that Silver Bullet has 12 volleys. Yeah. Skeleton Warrior's gonna crumble away, so it'll be gone. Zombie's not gonna do a whole lot. It's gonna get around the battlefield extremely slow. Look at that, 213 kills for an extremely gallant Tattersoul unit here. I don't know if they were super high value kills, but still, 213 kills. Fun stuff. Vlad is slowly working them down. Looks like Boris is gonna do a quick charge here. Free Company Militia can use up their ammo on these lower armor units. And then they will actually be decent melee, but they'll want to use up their ammo first. And then hang on to that cavalry maybe to try and do some morale damage with it. This is actually a good firing position for the silver bullets. If they could get an angle, Sternsman would be a juicy target, and then Vladdy would be a juicy target. Sternsman may really be the better target. It's going to fire into the flank of these Graveguard with great weapons. Any of those heavy infantry would be a fair target there. These guys aren't getting a lot of shots there. 51 kills. Boris should be able to get back in the air, but he's trying to fight his way out of a bunch of skeletons. He's going to make it. So Boris is going to get up in the air, but there's no more healing for Boris, no more for Vlad. They've healed as much as they can heal. Yeah, Boris definitely needs to get to safety here. These two units are going to get hit by a Pistolier. They're crumbling. You won't normally see a Pistolier win in melee, but it's going to win because of the crumbling. And really, the silver bullets just need an angle on Vlad. If they can get the angle on Vlad or some of these infantry, it'll be game over. Free Company militia's firing. Alright, Vampire infantry in the background's now gone. Silver bullets now have a firing position. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to spell disaster for the Vampires and what actually looked like a pretty decent fight for him at multiple points. But leaving that silver bullet alive is going to cost him dearly here in the end of this. The Pistoliers can now try and keep him busy with charges. The silver bullets can fire until it uses all of its ammo. Yeah, that's a pretty gruesome unit to get stuck with in the late game, just because of the damage that it does. And just using the Pistoliers to try and hold the enemy still. The Vampire knows that he's got to try and kill these silver bullets, but at the same time he's got to know he can't catch them. There's no way he can catch them. He could try and summon zombies up, but the Empire player is just taking his time. Hey, I'm going to regroup and rest these infantry while he's going this way, and I'll just keep him busy. Again, the crumbling continues for a couple of Vampire units. That's just going to make it easier for these units to get repositioned and start firing. This Graveguard with great weapons. Oh, it's in a good spot to get shot. Boris came down though, and he better get out of there. Yeah, he's gonna get out of there just in the nick of time. Silver bullets now have a great firing line. Gonna pick up more kills. Still slightly in favor of the Vampires, but I just don't see how they survive all these volleys here. Graveguard with great weapon is suffering pretty badly. And it is debilitated. Should probably start crumbling, but it's pretty close to Vlad. Right now these skeleton spears are crumbling, so they'll be gone soon enough. Maybe not soon enough for the Empire player, because they still have a decent number of hit points, actually. That one's starting to crumble more speedily. Problem is Vlad is losing his only shields here, and then the Empire's still got this infantry that the Vampires have to cut through. So the Pistoliers coming to protect the silver bullets. Must not be any magic left with Vlad, because a summon right here may have been able to catch those guys. But you only have so many summons, and you only have so much magic, so it could be that there's none left. Should we get like a cinematic finish here?
Take position for the twin-tailed comet.
Or do y'all like it better where we just do this? Don't need the black lines. Look at Vlad trying to catch the silver bullets. He's gonna get chased by Boris. Well, he caught him.
Yes, sir. Quickly.
He's gonna take a hit in the back from Boris.
Taking position.
That's a tough spot to be in. Vampire infantry is very, very slow. Except for Vlad, apparently. He's got 40 speed. Boris has to be careful, though. He probably doesn't want to just get in a standing fight with Vlad just yet. If he hits him a little bit more, he should be safe. The Sternsman, though, is still a tough unit, but if you get rid of Vlad, then Sternsman becomes a lot more manageable. They're still healing, too, so they're putting on hit points. They can't resurrect unless they get hit with a spell, but they can get all their unit models back up. Looks like Vlad is gonna get executed by Boris here. That Master of Beguilement, though, will make Boris a lot less effective.
Quickly! At speed!
Ooh, yeah, Boris isn't going to want to stay there and fight Vlad with the debuff on. Volley from the Free Company militia. Vlad's just trying to attack anything he can at this point. Anything he can catch, he's attacking it. Nice firing position for the silver bullets. Gonna have clear line of sight right into that infantry. Sternsmen do have shields. I don't know, do shields work against gunpowder units? Do they actually get a block chance? I don't know the answer to that. Yikes. So Vlad is very weak now. Boris is just gonna maybe try and stay in combat there and take him down. And that hill position does allow the silver bullets to continue firing. They're now over 100 kills. And I think that the leadership of the vampires is gonna fall apart here. Vlad's dying. They're getting charged from the flanks. Boris charging in. There is some crumbling now from the Graveguard. And Vlad has got to be getting pretty weak here.
Sigma, preserve us!
He's still fighting that infantry. Can't even really tell what's going on right there.
No lingering! Formation, march!
Oh, Vlad.
Go! It will be done!
I am struggling to believe that he's still alive. Here comes Boris for another charge. Saw Vlad get flung back there. Is he going to get up or is he toast? No, he's back up. Look at that. I think the vampires fought their way through some of that infantry. They did.
It will be done.
Some pretty tall odds to be fighting against, but somehow Vlad's still alive with 600 hit points. This Sternsman just doesn't want to die. And it's causing a lot of trouble for the Empire. There's only 2 volleys left for the silver bullets. Will it be enough is the question. Ooh, and it does get a good hit there. Good volley. But Vlad's still got 600 hit points. And the rest of the Empire troops just bit it. No more ammo for the silver bullets. This is going to be quite the epic finish. Vlad just took a nasty hit from Boris, though. Oh, Vladdy daddy. So close, sir. But not quite. What a finish. That was an awesome battle. Thank you, Big Mike. And thank you, however you say this, Crazy Gut. Yeah, whatever, that's what I'm going to call it right now. But man, that was a heck of a battle. Thank you, guys. That was entertaining. If y'all appreciated that, make sure and leave a comment for him and tell him thanks. So, yeah, that was probably one of my favorite battles I've seen in a while, actually. That was really nice. So, that Tattersouls 222 still managed to stay ahead of the Sternsmen, just barely. But I mean, some of these units did some work. But look, with all those kills, no chevrons. So just these cheap spearmen and stuff. Doesn't make it any less fun to see the number of kills, though. But man, what a battle! What'd you all think of that one? Anything you would have done different? Do you like the picks? I don't know. I thought that was just overall a pretty cool battle. Neat to see Terrorgeist. You don't see Vlad tons anymore per se. So I don't know. I like that one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all tomorrow.